Today I'm going to talk about a nonfiction memoir by acclaimed author Elizabeth Gilbert, All the Way to the River. Elizabeth Gilbert has written 9 fiction and nonfiction books and has sold over 25 million copies. I first learned of her through her bestseller Eat, Pray, Love, which just skyrocketed her to fame throughout the world. All the Way to the River is an Oprah's book club pick, so I was interested in checking it out. Right off, I have to say that All the Way to the River might be a difficult read that is not for everyone due to its graphic portrayal of addictions and mental illness and death. But there's also much to be learned from this book if you are dealing with someone in the throes of addiction or if you work in any social service field that deals with addictions. In her memoir, Elizabeth Gilbert chronicles her relationship with Rhea Elias, who was for years a platonic female friend before becoming her lover. When Rhea received a terminal cancer diagnosis, their relationship solidified as they became lovers, and Elizabeth took on the role of full-time caregiver. However, both Elizabeth and Rhea have deep-seated addiction issues which ultimately results in disaster and devastation, emotionally, physically, and financially, in all ways. There are 2 aspects of this book that caught my attention. Firstly, we all knew Elizabeth Gilbert to be on top of the world with her literary achievements and popularity. But what we saw was certainly not what was going on behind the scenes, as she now shares that she was living a life of deceit to herself and others. I just wonder how many other public figures are in this situation. And also, what do we ourselves hide? Secondly, Elizabeth Gilbert provides a graphic characterization into the life of an addict, whether it's drugs or alcohol or food or sex, and into the role of the ultimate enabler. And this is where I think the importance of this book lies to anyone who is interested in the topic of addictions as a family member or friend or as a professional working in the field. And in fact, I think it could be made mandatory reading for any post-secondary learner who is looking at the field of addictions as a career. You might want to read some reviews on All the Way to the River. Some reviewers question Elizabeth Gilbert's motives for writing this book and believe it to be somewhat narcissistic and self-indulgent, and some criticize her spiritual claims and references, while others praise her for her vulnerability and raw honesty. I think she provides an important look into how an addiction can transform a person into someone with thoughts and behavior that even they themselves don't recognize. So All the Way to the River is a hard, emotional read that might be a great learning experience for some, but just might be too much for others. All the Way to the River by Elizabeth Gilbert.